I locked my Aldi cart to another person's cart inside the store. By user Bounce Pinata. I was at Aldi and there was a woman shopping by herself with a rather full cart. My first encounter, she had her cart sideways, blocking most of the aisle, standing against one side and looking at food on the other side. I make my way past her, and of course, as soon as I'm close, she steps forward to get the food she was looking at. I politely do the oops excuse me and wait to pass, not even bothered yet. Whatever, it happens all the time. So second time, I'm pushing my cart along the outside and she's about to pull in front of me. I can see it. She half goes without looking, but hesitates, and I stop because I think she's about to, but then she doesn't, so I start to go, and then she hesitates again and pushes right in front of me. I roll my eyes. The third time I see her, she parks it totally sideways and blocking the whole aisle between those island freezers and the wall. She leaves it unattended and goes to get something else. So in the middle of grumbling and reaching to move it, I instead put her latch into my cart, leave my 3-4 items, take my quarter back, and scurry off to get a new cart. I don't think she had another quarter, as I saw her trying to push both awkwardly at the same time in different directions to the checkout. I think I don't speak English. Okay, I don't. By user LittleBird 1991 technically belongs to my husband, but I was there to witness the fun. Backstory: my husband, 36M, is of Chinese descent, but was born in America. He speaks perfect English without an accent. Okay, an American accent. And is basically just a regular guy, but does deal with his fair share of racism, both small and large, but he deals with it with grace. Last weekend, we were at a new restaurant that had opened up, and after we sat down, the waitress brought us our menus. She then said, in that condescending way Americans speak to non-English speakers, "Do you need anything?" My husband initially looked pissed, but then something sparkled in his eye. He turns to the waitress and very loudly says, in a very exaggerated Asian accent, "Help with menu." He then held the waitress captive for about 10 minutes, having her explain the whole menu to him dish by dish, occasionally having her repeat things. Then my husband looked at me and said, again very loudly, "No good we go," so we grabbed our stuff and walked out of the restaurant and went somewhere else. Doctor, if you play racist games, you win racist prizes. Coworker was pushing all his workload onto me for months. By user Chemical, Mud 7119. Her and me were made to be a team on a 6-month project. Every day, she would leave for 3 to 5 hours. Whenever I asked her about where she disappeared to, and every day I only heard nonsense. The major needed help, the new guys need help, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. 2 months into the project, I was fed up. I could go to her, but I had a better idea. I'll take few personal days. Let's see how she does. You see, every day you have to submit the amount of work that you got done with. And without me there for 4 days, she couldn't finish on time. She even called me to ask when I was going to be back. It's not the same without you here. When I went back to work, she was back at its same pattern. So now I went to here. Now I have a new project partner. And it's someone who doesn't slack off. Don't tell me I should smile more. By user Escape Jeopardize. I, 27, female, work night security in a hospital. This particular night started off annoying. I made another post about what happened before this shift that made me so annoyed. And after getting to my post, I was chatting with my coworker, venting a little. I'll admit I can have a rip at times, especially when I don't have the energy to mask at that time. As we were standing there watching everyone, this guy leaving tells me something like smile more. It could be worse, with a way more chipper attitude than I could handle at that moment. Now I can make myself cry, but not at the drop of a dime. But I can easily make my eyes visibly well up with tears. So I made my eyes well up, made it look like I was going to cry, and responded my baby boy was just diagnosed with leukemia, and turned away, covering my face. I couldn't see his reaction, but heard him awkwardly mumble a sorry before leaving. As soon as the guy was out of sight, my coworker and I started laughing. I didn't have any kids. Don't tell people they should smile. It's annoying as hell, and personally, I think it's rude. Mind your own business. Creating school schedule headaches for a cheating ex. By users Darnold 2017 Heisman. Back in college, my freshman year girlfriend cheated on me. At first, I didn't think much of revenge and resigned myself to be quietly pissed about the situation. Then I discovered her Edu account was still logged into my laptop, and it also happened to be right before our registration for next semester's classes. I waited for her to register for classes and for a few days to pass in classes to fill out. I then deleted her class schedule and the email confirming the drops. I checked daily to see if she had noticed, and after nearly a week, I saw a brand new schedule with 4 Friday classes and 2 classes at 7:30 a.m. during the week. The breakup was long enough past that I can't imagine she thought it could be me. And for 4 months, she was moderately inconvenienced, a petty win that I still love.